Trump proves he is giving America back to the people and liberals are fuming, by Adam Casalino, Politics U.S. News for MadWorldNews.com. President Donald Trump has promised to put Americans first. That means a lot of things to a lot of people. Perhaps the most important way he is doing that is by scaling back the out-of-control power of the federal government. Trump is taking measures to end decades of government abuse. He recently announced a measure that will give this one important thing back to the states. So naturally, liberals are outraged. During the era of Clinton and Obama, the federal government grew by leaps and bounds. These Democrats expanded the power of their office. Often that meant eroding the power and freedoms of the states and American citizens. It's funny how that happens. It's almost as if liberals don't want us to have any power. How about neither do they want power for themselves? One of the ways Democrats abuse power is by grabbing up land. The ability to own lands and to use it however you choose is a fundamental right of all Americans. Controlling land without government interference is one of the ways we exercise our liberties. So, as you can imagine, one of the ways liberals steal power is by gobbling up lots of land or passing such strict laws we cannot use our land the way we see fit. That's the textbook definition of tyranny, at least in the textbooks I read. President Trump has decided to bring that practice to an end. Under his administration, the federal government won't steal land that belongs to the states and the people. In fact, he has just announced that he's giving land back. This has ruffled more than a few snowflakes' feathers. President Donald Trump arrived in Utah on Monday to announce that he is scaling back 2 sprawling national monuments, a move that is welcomed by the state's top Republican officials but opposed by tribes and environmental groups. Trump traveled west to announce his intention to shrink the Bears' Ears and the Grand Staircase Escalante national monuments. Both were among a group of 27 monuments that Trump ordered Interior Secretary Ryan Zinke to review earlier in the year in response to what the Republican president has condemned as a massive federal land grab, source Fox News. Former President Barack Obama snatched up this land in hopes that developers couldn't use it. There are massive natural resources that could be harnessed from it. Our former president abused his authority to deny private enterprise. This is yet another example of Obama harming our economy and energy independence. Liberals have disguised their attempts at stealing land by claiming they are protecting the environment, quote, or honoring Native Americans. But it's odd how those Native Americans only get upset after liberal activist groups tell them to. By all accounts, these native tribes are happy when private industry creates jobs and provides wealth for their communities. Only a fraction of them join with liberals to complain. The president said in April that his order would end another egregious abuse of federal power and give that power back to the states and to the people where it belongs. Trump said at the time that he had spoken to state and local leaders who are gravely concerned about this massive federal land grab. And it's gotten worse and worse and worse. And now we're going to free it up, which is what we should have done in the first place. This should never have happened. The move marks the first time in a half a century that a president has attempted to undo these types of land protections, and it could be the first of many changes to come, source Fox News. By giving the land back to the states, it provides more access to it. That doesn't just mean for private industry, who would have to jump over many hurdles before they could even start working. Land that is freed up can be accessed by citizens for grazing, hunting, or fishing. Examples, which can result in more jobs. It also allows more Americans to enjoy the beauty that is our country. If Obama and the liberals had their way, that land would be completely inaccessible. How is that helping anyone? Activists have promised to sue the White House over these executive orders. Big surprise. When liberals attempt to undermine our democracy fails, they go to the courts. But we've already seen over the course of this year how often they fail at that. They are trying to go against the president's lawful power. What do you think will happen? This is another win for all Americans. More land is pulled from federal government's clutches. What do you think? Are you eager to see Trump restore more land to the American people? Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. That's what that whole thing with the grazing rights and fishing and hunting. I mean, that should be normal. And Obama took everything away. And that's what happened with the thing in Oregon with Lavoy Finnegan over this. And you know who gave the orders to take him out, right? You know, you don't even have to go understand who was behind that. The man was a very peaceful man, and they killed him. I mean, really? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.